Okay, we have 3 bows for you to look at. Okay, one we really recommend because of the ease of use for both right and left-handers, but we're going to go through each of the bows in turn. The first one is the standard recurve bow, okay, which is easy enough to put together for the event that you wanted. Okay, one side, two side. The problem comes with actually stringing it, and it will take a little bit more, so I'm going to get someone to actually string that for me, and I'll pass that over to Michael in a minute. The second one comes as a standard bow, which can be used either left or right-handed, okay, which is therefore for ease of use will be much better. And on this one it's much easier to string, okay, but that's all you're going to be able to do with it. You won't be able, okay, to strip it any further apart. And to load it, it's either left or right-handed. You tilt it to one side, so it'll be very easy to use. The third type of bow that we recommend, okay, is the new style of bow, which can be used by juniors and adults really simply. You clip it together, restring it, so there's a little bit of what you want to do in your activity. But the joy about this bow, again, it can be used left or right-handed, but for the person who's using it, all they have to do is lay the arrow in the middle, so it's going to be far easier on a quick turnaround and without too much instruction. So they're the 3 bows. We'll go through the stringing of the recurve bow. However, what you will understand, it will be much more difficult if you're trying to rush people through. Restring this bow just to show that it is a little bit more complicated than the other 2 bows we've shown. So over to you, Michael.
Thank you, John. The string has got 2 loops on the end. One is larger than the other. The largest one goes over the top limb, just loosely like that. And the smaller one loops over the knock of the bow on the bottom limb. The easiest way to do this is to place the end of the bow on your instep of your right foot, or left if you're left-handed, and pull on the throat of the bow towards you and slide the string up. What you've got to be careful when you do it like that is that that limb doesn't spring loose and come back and smack you in the face.
You will have to have left-handed and right-handed bows, so you will need extra bows, okay, to use it, because it's only used by one hand at a time. The arrows, okay, these are the standard arrows. The one we recommend I'm going to show you how to make is an aluminium one. The reason being is it won't split, whereas a carbon fibre, if you keep putting the end into, will actually split the arrow after a period of time. It has a knock-on and 3 flights, and that's what we're going to show in a minute. Just to show you how easy this bow is to use for your users, okay, all they'll have to do is clip it through the middle, clip the string, and then they can leave the arrow. For instruction purposes, it's really easy. Then they just draw it back and away we go. So that's what we would recommend. However, you have your choices. The arrow, we recommend an aluminium shaft. Basically, you'll be able to use it more than once. And the components will be the shaft, the knock, the tip or point, and the 3 flights. 2 will be one colour, 1 will be the other. You'll also need glue. Now what we would recommend, once you'll see how this process works, that actually you have it already glued with the flights on, and you just put the knock and the point on.
Okay, what we're going to do first is glue the point in. It's quite simple. Put a dab of glue on the bottom of the shaft of the point. And insert it into the end of the shaft. And wipe off any excess glue. The second operation is to put on the knock of the arrow. Again, just a small dab of glue on the locating point of the shaft for the knock. Nice firm pressure. Turn it to and fro a bit so the glue gets into the recesses of the location part of the shaft. Right, we won't bother waiting for that to go off because we're not going to shoot that today. The white vein is called the cock vein, and I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. Just put a small smear of glue on the vein and locate it about ½ an inch from the end of the knock. Making sure it's in line with the blank part of the knock. The red ones go on at a slightly different angle to the one that's just gone on. Approximately that angle. You might have to turn that back again before the glue goes off, but we'll see when we get the other one on how it should look. Second one. We just adjust the cock vein over to the right slightly to get it all nice and even. And if you look at the end of the shaft, that's what it should look like when it's completed. And that's it.